if you're considering coming out as an atheist, an agnostic, a secular person, I think the first thing you need to do is evaluate your family and your friends, and who are the people that you really need to tell, who are the people where they can find out through secondhand sources, who are the people that don't need to know. Ideally, you don't have people in your family who you absolutely don't want knowing for fear of repercussion, but I don't doubt that there are those cases. But if you're planning on coming out, I would take a hard look at your family and come up with realistic expectations. I'm very strategic in my planning of these things, so I sit down and I know the people that I know close enough. I just wrote down realistic expectations for when I was coming out as gay, and I think that could easily be used with an atheist coming out, because I think everyone knows you're going to have some coming out stories that are difficult. That's a given, and sometimes it's very difficult to know whether or not yours is going to be. I thought mine would be much more difficult than it actually was, but I think setting the expectations at an appropriate level, I'm not saying a high level or a low level, but for your specific family and your friends, if you are close enough with them that you think they should know or you want to tell them, I think certain evaluations can be done ahead of time. What's the best way? So in other words, not jumping into anything. Of course, I would advise anyone to come out who is an atheist and who does have interests at stake here in the current political and social fights. But at the same time, I wouldn't take on such a strong recommendation that you do it at any and all costs. I would hesitate against that just because I know my perspective is limited. Take a real good look at the person you're speaking with, especially if it's a family member, and this is going to sound weird, try to see it from their eyes. You're still going to not like their response if they do have a problem with it, but I think that's how it begins. That's how so many people begin to support even gay marriage and gay rights in general. They simply meet someone and get to know someone. So I definitely encourage it, but I do think there needs to be room within the atheist community of recognizing this can be a little bit more difficult for some as it is for others.